Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Avneet and I make lifestyle videos focused on luxury shopping, luxury purchases that I've made, styling, as well as some mindset videos sprinkled in, especially for those of us who are millennials in our 30s and 40s and trying to enrich our lives year after year. Today is going to be a fun and exciting video where I'm going to share with you all of the shopping that I did while I was in France. I just got back from Tropez a few days ago. I started my trip in Paris, moved over to Nice. It was a girls' trip with two of my really good friends. And then after a couple of days in Nice, we spent our last 4 days in Tropez. And along the way, I made some very fun purchases. I'd love to share that with you now. I'll be sure to tell a little bit about my thought process when making the purchases. There were really only a couple of items that were must-buys for me. Everything else were just fun things that I found along the way, which kind of makes it all the more fun. Now, before we get into the shopping, as you watch this video, if you enjoy what you watch and like what you see and hear and you're having a nice time, please be sure to hit the like button. And if you like this type of content, be sure to subscribe. I appreciate all of you that have already subscribed, and I welcome those of you who are return viewers, new viewers, to also hit the subscribe button. You're really helping me grow my channel, and this is a hobby that I picked up just a couple of months ago, and it's been a very awesome journey so far. I'm gonna sway away from the theme of this video being the shopping I did in France for just one quick second. Before I went to France on the girls' trip, I went to Portugal with my husband in late May, and there was one single item that I did purchase while on that trip, and it was a wish list item. It's something that I planned to buy this year, and I thought I would buy it in France, but I ended up finding it in Lisbon, and that is a bag from Louis Vuitton. I'm sure when I share this isn't a bag that is new or groundbreaking, but it's very cute and I wanted to get my hands on it. And that is the Nano Speedy in the monogram canvas. She is so cute. I actually first tried her on late last year in the new Louis Vuitton that opened here in New York City. Actually, I don't even know if it's the new. Apparently it's also temporary because right across the street on the corner of 57th and 5th, they're doing this whole other thing with Louis Vuitton. But anyway, it was spectacular, and so I wanted to check it out. And I checked out this bag because I'm seeing so many people wearing it. I'm like, is that too small? Will that fit a lot? And I was working with the sales associate and putting in things like my phone and things that I would carry on a day-to-day basis, and everything fit. So I just thought, may as well get it while I'm in Europe, because of course prices are cheaper, and then there's the whole VAT that we get back because we're not taxpayers in Europe. It's just a much better deal shopping for certain brand names in Europe. And anyway, while in Portugal and Lisbon, I went to their Louis Vuitton store and I purchased it. You could wear it as a top handle, which I did while in France, and it also has a strap, which makes it more versatile. You could wear it over the shoulder, you could wear it cross shoulder as a crossbody. It's very cute, and it does fit everything that I would need while I'm out and about. Some of you who are return viewers might remember that in one of my, which video was it? Oh, I think in the video where I showed all the luxury bags that I own, I have this really cool kind of utility cargo bag from Louis Vuitton, which was one of Virgil Abloh's handbags while he was creative director. And the thing about that bag is it is casual, and it's meant to be casual. It does have a cool little top handle, but the straps that I have for it are all the canvas kind of guitar straps, which makes it even more casual. And so I was considering going to Louis Vuitton and getting a plain leather or a plain monogram canvas strap, and now I can use this strap on that bag as well. Now we're really going to move into the shopping that I did while in France, and I'm going to start in chronological order of what I purchased. When I first arrived in Paris, it was just me for about half a day. I took a red-eye flight, and one way that I spent that afternoon is I wanted to go to Cezanne because Cezanne in Paris has cheaper price points than here in New York. Ended up not buying anything from there. But while I was in the area of the Cezanne boutique that I visited, I was very close to Le Bon Marche. So I walked into Le Bon Marche. This is a department store similar to Galerie Lafayette, and one of the brands that I know they carry there that I was otherwise waiting to visit when I went down to Saint-Tropez was Pucci. I went up to the kind of Pucci shop within Le Bon Marche. I tried on a couple of dresses that I would have been very excited to buy, but a couple of things. The dress that I tried on, and I'll be sure to put a little image here of what the dress is. I'm in between sizes, so the two prints and sizes that they had, one was a little too small, one was big, which fine, you can get them altered, but I ultimately was not crazy about either print. And so I skipped, knowing that, all right, when I go down to Pucci in Saint-Tropez, maybe I'll find something similar in a print that I like down there. But while I was at Pucci, I did find a very cute sarong in a print that I absolutely love. And I'll put on the screen exactly what the print is. It's so, so pretty. It has shades of blue and lavender, and of course white with some black as well. And it's a cotton sarong. I had planned to wear this when my friends and I had a boat day down in Saint-Tropez. I ended up not, because long story short, we didn't end up in the water for as long as we expected to. It was just too windy. But I still love her, and not only can you wear her as a sarong, so let me open her up so you can see how big she is. Wearing scarf tops is really in, and so when I fold her up and it's a perfect square and then a perfect triangle, I'm sure it can be versatile in other ways that I wear her. But I love, love, love this print, and I feel like I would buy other things in this print. I don't know, but it's really these colorways, these kind of pastel, that pop that Pucci does, that I personally gravitate to more than their bolder colors. I say that now, that's just what I'm into right now. It's not to say in the future, if Pucci has a bold print, I wouldn't purchase it. The day that one of my girlfriends joined me in Paris, we had some priority stores that we wanted to go to. It was a Saturday, and so we definitely needed to stop by at Hermes, because the Hermes in Paris are closed on Sunday. And we also needed to go to Chanel because she bought herself a beautiful Chanel bag. I did not buy anything from Chanel this trip, but at Hermes, I had a must-buy item, and I was able to secure the goods. A couple of reasons why I waited to go to Europe to purchase these is, why not save a couple $100? Price point difference between the euro and the USD, and when you convert the euro, it's still cheaper than USD. I looked for these while at the Hermes in Lisbon because I just knew I wanted them this year. They didn't have them in my size, but the Hermes, I think it's called the FSG location, it's on Rue Saint Honoré. They did have not just the sandals, but also my size, and that is these white Oran sandals. So she's joining my Oran family. I have a black pair that I bought 8 years ago, and honestly, I feel like this is the last year I can wear them because they're on their last legs. I've worn them to death, and probably in situations where I shouldn't have, like rained on grass and sand when we were at one of the beach clubs down in Saint-Tropez. But anyway, I have the black, I have the gold. It's a very popular tan that Hermes does. But last year I was feeling I have a void, I really want a white pair, and I just waited till this year to buy them, because by the time you're midsummer here in New York City, you know your days wearing sandals are limited. I'm happy I got these, and I did wear them with some outfits while down in the French Riviera. Ooh, a little teaser that I want to add. I think I'm gonna do something different, and I'm excited to do this. And that is to do a video on all the outfits that I wore down in the south of France. So look out for that. I feel like I have enough outfit pictures where I can share that with you. You'll see some of the items that I purchased and I'm sharing with you today be featured in those videos, because a couple of things that I bought, I couldn't wait and wore them while on the trip. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video when I do upload and publish it. Between the Louis Vuitton Nano Speedy and the white Oran sandals from Hermes, I really had done all the shopping for my kind of must-buy wish list in 2025. Of course, I have bigger wish lists like jewelry and handbags that I've had my eyes on and other items, but they're not priority, and it would just be a nice to have, which we'll get to in a bit. But these were the two things that I'm like, this year I am willing to spend the money on them. And so check. After that, everything that I bought on the trip was really, I don't want to necessarily say impulse, there were a couple of those, but things that I had seen and was curious about, and luckily was able to add some of those things to my ownership. And one of those being a pair of sunglasses from Saint Laurent. My friend and I, we went to Galeries Lafayette. It is sale season. In fact, I don't know if this is true for all of Europe, but I know it's true for France. They only do sales twice a year, once in the summer and once around the new year. And so we just thought, why not go to a one-stop shop like Galeries Lafayette, which is a massive department store, just to see what they have and some of the brands that we like. While on the first floor at Saint Laurent, where they have mainly their handbags and some other accessories, I did ask the sales associate if they have this pair of sunglasses that I have seen two of my favorite YouTubers, Karen Napoli and her sister Lisa Napoli. I think I'm saying their last name correctly. Anyway, they both own this pair of sunglasses, and I showed them a screenshot I took of Lisa wearing them, and they sure enough had them, so I bought them. And they are these very classic, almost look like Ray-Ban wafers, but there's just a little more cat eye to them. And I think cat eye is very classic, and they suit a lot of eye shapes or face shapes. And so I bought them, and I'm so happy. I wore them a lot on that trip. I'm wearing them a lot in New York City in just the week that I've been back. They're very easy. They go with a lot of things, and they're comfortable. So I didn't have any pain behind the ear or headaches. And this is just a nice, fun find that I was excited that they had them in stock. Now, while at Galeries Lafayette, while we're walking around on the various floors, looking at some of their sales racks, we were making laps, as you do in a department store, and we turned a corner and it was Alaia. There is a bag, they have a lot of really cute bags. The Teckle bag, which is super popular, that east-west kind of style. The liqueur bag, which is the heart shape, which I also think is very fun and sweet. But the bag that I have had my eye on at Alaia than their other bags is the Mina, and I think she's so pretty and such a great summer bag. It is a desire bag, like a, oh, it would be nice kind of thing, but only if it had a color that I liked. So I was thinking lavender, I was thinking green, and sure enough, when we turn the corner and see Alaia within Galeries Lafayette, what do they have? A very beautiful green color bag. And you're like, okay, show me the bag. Did you buy the bag? I'm gonna pause because I did want to think about it, because I didn't want that to be too impulsive, but I was very excited that they did have a new color for 2025. I just thought, let me sleep on it, and if I do want to buy it, we'll go to the Alaia boutique, which they newly opened in the last year. I thought about it, and I was very excited to decide, yes, I do want to add that bag to my collection. But before I do that, let me go to Miu Miu, which was like 2 shops down on the same block on Rue Saint-Honoré. I had a great time shopping while in France this trip. While at Miu Miu, my friend was looking at some very cute raffia bags, of which she did buy one. And there are other bags at Miu Miu that I'm like, they're so cute, and they're like on a wish list or like, oh, would be nice kind of list. And they had one of those bags in the color that I have preferred, and I bought it. So what did I get? I bought this super cute cylinder shoulder bag in a chocolate brown. I've seen a couple of other YouTubers that I love carrying cylinder bags, whether they be, I think the Row does one that's really popular. Prada even has one. Prada Group owns Miu Miu, but Miu Miu had it in a brown. I don't have a brown shoulder bag. She carries a lot. She's still kind of stuffed with paper. There is no inner pocket, but all good, because like a card holder, my phone, other items that I want throughout the day really fit comfortably in her. I want to keep her stuffed, but you know, she's meant to be a little slouchy, a little comfy looking. The cylinder detail and the leather on the sides does help it keep its cylinder shape. One thing is the leather on the sides is curling up, which is kind of annoying, but when I look at people who wear similar cylinder bags out and about, their leather is doing the same thing. I think it's just because of how thinly cut the strap is, and I'm all good with that because I wouldn't really need the strap to be thicker. It's just such an easy bag where it's like, oh, gotta zip out and just put her over my shoulder and go about my day. So I'm very, very happy. Also, the price point was, I had to have her. After we made our purchases at Miu Miu, we headed 2 doors down to Alaia, and there I asked the sales associate about their La Mina bag. By the way, they have it in at least 3 sizes. I think it's La Mina 18, which is very small, La Mina 20, and then La Mina 25. Anyway, I asked her about this new color, and I already knew that they had it in store because I saw a teckle bag with that same color and fabric. She said, yes, we do have that color. She was so, so sweet. We went upstairs. She brought out all of the La Mina 20s that they have in all of the various colorways, and I went with the one that had won my heart the day before. Without further ado, here is my new Mina bag. Oh, she's so pretty. Something extra special is she's in a suede leather, which I think is a nice touch. It's a gorgeous top handle, comes with a strap with beautiful silver hardware, and you kind of click her on so you can wear as a shoulder bag, long shoulder bag, a crossbody as well. And first, let me show you the interior. It's this really, really pretty beige leather interior with Alaia stamping, and it also comes with this card holder pouch. Such a nice, soft, beautiful suede. And I did throw in my cards. It's perfect for that. Also stamped beautifully on the inside with that same beige leather interior. And a little cosmetic pouch, my phone, my AirPods, all the good things fit in here, no problem. I love the shape. I love the kind of perforated detail. This pattern especially with like the gorgeous scalloped edges, and I'm really, really happy. This was a surprise that I purchased her while in Paris. I was always interested in the bag, but it was more so waiting for the right color, and I'm happy to say that happened for me in summer 2025. The rest of my shopping happened while we were down in Tropez. So there's really one kind of designated half day that we spent going through all the shops. Now, of course, that bleeds into the next day and the next day because there were some shops and boutiques that some of us wanted to return back to, whether we were thinking about something or we really wanted to weigh our decision on something else that we had our eye on. Anyway, that first kind of designated shopping day, one thing that me and my friends wanted to get is something to remember the trip by, and we decided on getting the Dior Mitzvahs. I think that's what they call them. I'm so sorry if that's not what they call them, but it's essentially Dior's version of the Hermes Twilly. They have so many different prints and colors, and I ended up buying one. What they do also is they'll have your initial at the end of some of their Twillies. And so I was like, what does your A look like? And I wasn't in love with it. It was a red print, which I really wanted like a sweet pastel girly color. And so I was like, oh, all right, I don't like the red. I asked about S, which is the initial of my last name. And that was like a gray and white, and so no color, and I passed. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Then I asked about the initial of my husband's name. I'm like, oh, that'll be cute. And they bring that out, and it's another version of a red. It was a deeper red, so it was really pretty, but I wanted something girly. What I ended up with, but I'm very happy about, is I went with one of their classic prints, and in this kind of baby blue, it just says Christian Dior on one side, and then on the other, it is their infamous Riviera print. Okay, I have to clearly cut this tag off, so I apologize, it's flopping around. But she's so pretty, and I could put her on whites, I could put her on pinks, even my Chanel that I purchased earlier this year. I can even put her, I think, on my Dior saddle because that's like a navy and kind of bringing dimension to various blues. You can tie it or wrap it around your handles. I could certainly do that on Chanel. I'm not one of those people where it's like, oh, you're mixing designers. Who cares? It's nice stuff. It looks pretty and it styles well. Why not? But yeah, I'm excited to start zhuzhing up some of the things that I wear by putting on this beautiful ribbon scarf. I think the color is really sweet, and the Riviera print is a classic, and it's a lot of fun to look at. So many different things you could pick up with all the animals and going-ons in the jungle. Now, I'd shown you what I picked up from the Pucci Le Bon Marche in Paris, but at Tropez or in Tropez, they have an actual Pucci boutique, and we went in there. My friend bought a scarf. She liked the cotton scarf that I had. She bought one in a different print, and I was looking for that same dress that I tried on while in Le Bon Marche in other prints. They have tons and tons of prints, but as you can imagine, it's a popular store, so a lot of things sell out or your sizes sell out, and they didn't have that dress. So I ended up not buying anything else from Pucci while down in Tropez, but around the corner is Missoni, and I went in. It's such a cute store, and they really optimize their space because a lot of their inventory they also keep in like a stairway, and then you go downstairs and there's like one final rack with tons and tons of items. But one of their newest prints and patterns is where I found what I ended up buying, and that is this super cute dress with a kind of ruffly, frilly bottom. Here's the thing, it is one size too big. They were sold out of anything smaller, but all good. I have a great tailor in the city, and I just need to get cinched a little bit on the side, and it's a little long, but the cool thing about this is I won't lose length if I hem the bottom. What the tailor can do is take off this entire ruffle, move it up a few inches, and reattach. Yes, I'll lose some of this color and pattern, but truth be told, I'm not crazy about this blue and this kind of limeish yellow, but I get to keep a lot of the sweet details because all of this, aside from cinching the sides, will not be impacted. And when I get her back and I wear her, maybe in a future video, I'll post the pictures so you can see me wearing it. At this point of the trip, I thought I was done shopping. I felt very satisfied with everything that I purchased in Paris and then in Tropez. My friends wanted to stop off at Bottega as well as the Saint Laurent, and on that specific street, one of the shops you pass is Fendi, and we looked into the window and they have a very classic Fendi bag, which to me reads a little bit like Hermes Kelly, but they had really fun prints and colors, and we were just looking and pointing, and the security guard opens the door and he's like, come on in, and we're like, oh, okay, let's just go in. Anyway, what caught our eye once we were in are these really cute flip-flops that Fendi has, and flip-flops are in. It was this beautiful, gorgeous chocolate brown color with kind of crocodile embossing on it, and it has F. It's so cool, like for it to be a flip-flop and Fendi to be able to get its logo on it in like a really unique way, it drew all of our attention. So we went upstairs to try those flip-flops on. None of us ended up with them. There was another pair of heels that are like mixed metallic, and that I was really excited about. So while I was trying those on, I was really getting ready to buy the pair of shoes, but my friend saw the mannequin that was directly behind the chair I was sitting in. She was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Cancel the shoes, let me see this. And it looks like a shoe box, but it is not shoes. I love her. This was a true impulse buy, at least the Alaia Mina bag. I thought about it overnight. I even went and looked at the Miu Miu Wander bag that was also somewhere high on my wish list, and I made my decision. I'm happy with that decision. I'm also happy with this decision, but it was absolutely an impulse. What it is while I was looking at it, I was like, oh, I've never seen this. They're like, yes, it's summer 2025, and it's specifically for Saint-Tropez. And what I bought is this cute butter yellow vanity bag. And it's in that kind of puffy Fendi leather that they've been doing a lot of bags in the last handful of years. She has a cute little top handle, gold hardware detail, and she comes complete with a strap. So you can wear her as a crossbody, a shoulder bag, as just a top handle. This was an impulse bag, but it was like meant to be, because one thing that I was eyeing a lot that women were wearing down there is the cute Chanel vanity, the one without any kind of hardware top handle. It's just flat on top. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. Like maybe the next Chanel I bought, which would not be in 2025 at all, maybe not even in 2026, but I'm like, maybe I'll get something fun and trendy like that, because I have a classic flap. I also have a mini classic flap now in tweed. I have a white flap top handle. So I'm like, oh, I can do something fun for the next Chanel, and maybe it will be a vanity. But Fendi beat her to the punch. She's so cute, and I'm very happy about her. But I was like, okay, I definitely can't buy the shoes if I buy this bag. It's not to say the bag wasn't more expensive than the shoes, but the shoes were already a little pricey. So in my head, I just did quick math, and I was like, all right, she's coming with me. I love her. Oh my goodness, that is it. All the shopping that I did while in France. I am so excited for all of my purchases to be able to wear them and incorporate them in my daily life here in the city. Some of them I've already worn while on that trip. Again, I'm gonna plug the next video I'm gonna put out are the outfits that I wore in the south of France. So some of you who might be planning either a European trip this year or anywhere where you can get style inspiration from what I wore, I'm happy to share that with you. It was a lot of fun planning out my outfits. It was a lot of fun wearing those outfits, and it was even more fun being able to add to those outfits with some of the shopping that I did while on that trip. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. I appreciate it. And if you enjoy this content and how I present this content, please be sure to hit the subscription button. I appreciate you and your support, and I hope to see you all in a future video. Bye.